I am making a streak of lightning quilt today. There are quite a few patterns that have this name. Mine uses a 9 patch of half square triangles. So I'm cutting some 6-inch squares using a fat quarter, and I need, for 2 blocks, I need 9 6-inch squares, and I'll be able to get 2 different 9 patches with my squares. So I'm taking this pretty brown and a pretty turquoise. They kind of go together, and I'm going to make a very scrappy streak of lightning quilt. After getting my 6-inch squares ready to go, I drew a line corner to corner, and I'll be making half square triangles. And if I have 9 of each color, I will be able to get 18, and so I'll have enough for 2 9 patches. So I'm using my old green vintage Singer sewing machine. I just love using this machine. It's got a straight stitch, it's easy to use, and I'm chain piecing. The Juki that I have been using most of the time when I sew with you has a thread cutter, and this one does not, so it's saves some thread to do chain piecing when you can. So I'm drawing lines, and I'm going to keep sewing these together until I have them all ready to go. Now that I have all of my seams in, I'll be cutting them in half and pressing. After pressing my squares, my half square triangles, I trimmed all of them to 5.5 inches. Now to get my streak of lightning block ready, my 9-patch ready. This is really the trickiest part of this quilt. Because I'm doing a 9-patch, I need to do a couple of different layouts here. So this is the first one. I think on the left you can see that hill on the top left, and then everything follows. So I need one of those blocks, and then I need to move the hill over to the right for the second block and add the extra pieces on the left. So I will have 9 patches that are slightly different. They use the same ingredients, but they just have a different layout. And I'll show you even a simpler layout in just a little bit. Right now, I'll sew my rows together and then put the rows together, and I'll have one of my blocks ready to go. Now with this pink and blue block, I'm making the second layout where the hill is on the left and not the right. So I'll put this block together, and then we'll talk about maybe an easier way to lay out our half square triangles so that this quilt can go together. There are many ways to do a streak of lightning. This is the 9-patch way, where the 9 patches are very similar. This one actually I had to sub in a different blue because I didn't have quite enough of that pretty blue with the leaves. So I have a couple of extra triangles there that are pretty close in color but not quite the same. So after getting my pink and blue half square triangles together, I thought I would show you just an easier way to think about how to lay out this block. So we're actually making all the same rows. All the rows are exactly the same. For the first block, I need to turn that center row upside down, and there it is. And then for the second block, I just flip the top and the bottom. And for some reason I moved that middle, but I'm flipping the top and the bottom to make the second layout option there. And then we'll see it again. Here they are, exactly the same. I flip the center, and there's the first block. And then in the other, I just flip the top and the bottom. Then when you get one row of all of these streak of lightnings together, you need to do a second row, and those blocks are upside down. So it's the same block, but you need to put it upside down to make that streak of lightning. So it's a really fun block to put together. It's a little brain bending because of the layout options, the way that you have to lay out the half square triangles, but I really think it's worth it. It's such a pretty scrappy quilt. Thanks for sewing with me today, and I'll see you next time.